Originality in Hollywood? Somebody making a documentary about themselves and it's not the most boring thing ever? A lack of people sitting in a chair at a 3/4 angle and answering dumbass questions like, so what would you tell yourself 10 years ago? But a genuinely entertaining movie? Unfortunately, no one watched it, so I don't know. We'll see just how much Hollywood cares about creativity over money. But why did that happen anyway? Why did this dynamic, fun, introspective into one of the most famous producers and musicians ever just not sell tickets? Piece by Piece is a Lego documentary directed by Morgan Neville about rapper and producer Pharrell Williams. I remember when I saw the trailer for this on Twitter, I was like, ha, that's hilarious. Oh my god, that's such a good idea. And then nobody watched it. I knew exactly 2 people that watched this documentary. My friend who recommended it to me and my friend who I watched it with. Which I thought was a little bizarre at first because literally everyone loves the Lego movies. Like if we're discussing best superhero movies and I say Lego Batman, no one's objecting. And every single Instagram post of a slightly attractive person has the Bruce Wayne gif underneath. Everyone loves Lego. So why did this only gross like 10 million after 3 weeks? Well, unfortunately, Americans still don't love to learn things, and that's kind of sort of what documentaries are about. I found some reports of moms being upset that their kids were bored, not knowing it was a documentary. Which, like, hello? Was totally conveyed by the trailers. Like, there was no misdirection. This was clearly a biopic. It's not like Joker 2, where they hid the fact that it's a musical. That I understand people being mad about. It also wasn't actually available in that many theaters. It was kind of treated like a one-off kooky film that has a very niche audience, which I think is bizarre because everyone in the world knows at least 5 or 6 songs that Pharrell was involved in.
It's in the crib, ma. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
You should stop front, babe. We're up all night to get lucky.
But as you would have it, the music and film genres, while they are interconnected in obvious ways, don't make people inspired to go see one for the other. What I mean is, I've seen plenty of people play songs from Disney or How to Train Your Dragon, humming songs from High School Musical or Barbie. However, I've rarely seen people go the other way. Like, guys, we gotta see this movie. What? Why? The soundtrack is great. Like, that's a reason you appreciate the film after you watch it, but that's not drawing in a mass audience. So while the movie has a bunch of celebrities, music everyone loves, and an extremely dynamic look and feel, it just didn't pull audiences in to see it. It kind of is unfortunate that this film didn't go crazy at the box office because making an animated film is inevitably more expensive, especially in 3D, and thus riskier to make. And I just hope Hollywood finds the value in this movie and doesn't shy away from this creative strategy because it's such a fun little experience learning about Pharrell's life. So Pharrell Williams' agent went up to him one day and said, "Hey, ready to make a documentary about yourself?" And Pharrell describes it like this.
Just to ask you guys a question, like, do you like hearing your voice on a voicemail? Oh, you don't like it, right? So how about an hour of that?
You kind of have to be up your own ass to make a biopic, let's be real. Oh yeah, I was such a genius, such a creative visionary as a child, but the other kids didn't understand me. No, they could never understand how big my ambitions were. Like, alright buddy, every 14-year-old nowadays thinks they're on the grind set and gonna be a millionaire. But Pharrell is a lot of things, and one of them is humble. He makes a consistent effort to attribute his successes not just to him, but the people around him, notably his grandmother, the person who first saw the talent in him. So what about the story and content of the movie itself? Despite its, I don't want to say failure at the box office, is the writing and storytelling itself engaging and unique? It starts in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and goes from his rise as a musician to a rapper to a producer. His inspirations like Stevie Wonder, his friends like Cole from Ninjago, seriously, that's Cole from Ninjago, and his connections are all broken down. Now, the main problem with the film is that it doesn't go into the weeds enough on how specifically he makes a beat. Like, I actually wanted him to break down how he'll come up with samples or how he mixes different instruments. This would have been much more engaging than him talking about, I don't know, how he connected with his first agent. Like, I couldn't care less how the phone call went when they first met. I don't even remember his name. But what the movie does do well is detail how Pharrell's music, and really hip-hop and pop in general, has evolved from the 90s to the 2010s. Pharrell is fun. He's not hood. He's not a gangsta. He didn't grow up with animosity for the world. Oh, proving all the haters wrong. Oh, all my teachers said I would fail. And that's what he did for the hip-hop scene. His funny, high-pitched voice and understanding of percussion variations, jazz, blues, and just music in general gives his music a spark that is extremely well portrayed in the movie. The visual style of Lego has the same energy as his music. It's really the best part of the animated style. Aside from the celebrities looking funny as Legos or the hot Lego bit, the animation captures how it feels to listen to a Pharrell song. But as the story progresses, ironically, he actually becomes more and more dissatisfied with his own music. Like in a the more you know you don't know kind of way. And it's here where the true evolution in his music takes place. I'm really comfortable with saying that Pharrell's last 3 huge hits are his best: Get Lucky, Happy, and Alright. Which is crazy because those 3 songs are wildly different. Pharrell emphasized that creative block really swallowed him a few years before these hits. I think we can all agree a bunch of his songs from the 2000s are a little dated. They were fun hits to pop in the summer, but they didn't have nearly the lasting value that these songs have. So what changed? How did Pharrell become a better producer, a better musician? Well, he didn't. He was already one of the best producers ever, and let's be honest, Happy is not a complicated song, but it does require the correct angle of earnest singing and passion. My favorite part of the whole documentary is when Pharrell describes why Happy had such a huge impact worldwide. And that's because, in his own words, people have gone through some shit. People have lost jobs, gone through cancer, struggled with depression. And the song is Pharrell's earnest reminder that being happy is hard because it comes in the face of so much negativity that everybody wants to shove in your face. It reached 1 billion views on YouTube and cemented his legacy outside of the hip-hop scene. He was a pop star. And I know plenty of people will say, oh, his old hits were better. And that's fine. You can think that. But the film captures what was so unique about his evolution. The fact that he's constantly changing. And a year after he makes that, he produces the best song he's ever been a part of, Alright by Kendrick Lamar. He becomes intertwined with Black Lives Matter and social justice activism and is a part of a much more meaningful, lasting piece of hip-hop than anything he's ever produced ever. The beat itself is just a masterpiece, like Mozart level music creation. The vocal samples are off beat while the percussion is on beat. They mix it with saxophone bits. It stops on a dime. It continues right after. Him and Mark Spears created one of the greatest beats of all time. And like I said, the movie doesn't go deep enough into the nooks and crannies on specifically how he made this beat. I wish there was a breakdown of it. I do appreciate, however, the commentary on how different of an experience it was making this than anything prior. And also Lego Kendrick Lamar is funny. So despite such an interesting journey, at least in my opinion, why was the narrative itself not super engaging? Why did audiences choose just not to go see it? Well, fact of the matter is, the documentary format, at its core, is not meant to suck its audiences in completely immersively. There's always an awareness that you're watching a documentary, that you're being informed. And it just doesn't pull people to get out of their seats and go to the theater. People would usually watch documentaries on Netflix or something. Should they have made it more of a narrative, taking us through his life without the narration and cutaways? In my opinion, yeah, maybe. It could have hit better with younger audiences if it was turned into more of a journey, a traditional story. I don't know if that would have saved his box office, but it would have been trying. However, that's not what Piece by Piece wanted to be, and I respect that. And heck, it's leagues more entertaining than if it was just a straight documentary. Because I'm damn sure I'd never see that. Like, you want to sit through 90 minutes of people just talking about Pharrell? Yeah, no, I'd rather listen to Get Lucky for 90 minutes straight. So for what it is, Piece by Piece is an exceptionally unique take on what would have been a bland idea. And for that, I congratulate Morgan Neville and Pharrell. Alright, well, that's all I got for today. Please subscribe. Thank you. Would appreciate that. And bye!